Before I show you what we got, why don't you come shopping with me? I've definitely gone through phases of buying tobacco tins. Right now, I'll show you the best one I have on my website. And then printer's trays. I think this one was a Hamilton. It always says it on the handle, it seems like. But I just really love the color, and they're great for layering as well as putting your little knickknacks in. I couldn't decide if this bunny was old or new, but I really did like the look. Such a unique lid. Paintbrushes normally sell well, but they have to have the right look. Only one of them in here did I think had a good look, had a wood handle, but sometimes I will just buy them to use them because it's cheaper than buying new. I saw some mirrors, and so I'm just flipping through to kind of see what the mirrors are. I have never seen something like this. They are mugs with a mushroom tree holder. So unique. Obviously, the dealer knew that it was something special and has a good price tag on it, but I have never ever seen something like it. I normally spend some time in this booth. They have a lot in here and normally something that I like. This little creamer was so weird. I could hardly read this stamp, but I think it says like Slovakia. I don't know if this is like supposed to be an evil eye there in the front or what, but it was green, so it obviously caught my attention. I'm not sure if it's because we're nearing spring. I have just been attracted to little ducks lately. And then this shoe is actually like ceramic, so that would be a fun planter. And then these little kissing people on, I think it's a jewelry box. There was actually a wind up on the bottom and it did not work. I have been seeing this style of bookends everywhere. Horses, little Mexican guys. And then today I found a monk. I was going to buy it, and then the Bible, whatever that was stuck in it, fell out and broke. So I put it back on the shelf. I picked up some coconut bowls recently. So somebody had turned a coconut into a little cup. Thought that was kind of cute. This wall hanger, like little wall pocket, has some cracks. It looks like it's probably in a smoker's home because it's very, very discolored, but the price tag was just too high for a thrift store.
If you're looking to move out of your parents' place, you could really cut expenses by bundling your car renter's insurance with Progressive, which is good because your little brother is going to be fine this year.
This thrift store puts a lot of their older pieces on this cabinet. I've seen most of this stuff. It's been here week after week and hasn't sold, but just kind of check in. I mean, for example, this bell, $20 at the thrift store. I do have a pair of hands, so I thought this single hand might be cute. Again, I didn't really want to spend $5 on it. And then for whatever reason, little people, like, I don't know if it's chalkware or a bisque doll, but it really just attracted me. I thought he was a cute little guy. And behind that is like a homemade pottery piece. I think it's supposed to be like a woman holding a baby. It's pretty rough. This kind of looks like a brown artichoke. It looks like another ceramic piece that was maybe made in a class, but something I'd never seen before. This milk can, I mean, sometimes these are old and sometimes they're new. This milk pourer, I think is what it is, a little like ladle. Crazy price for the thrift store. Like I mentioned, I've been attracted to ducks. This is such a unique basket and it's in great shape. These little pieces are tiny. It kind of looked like it said hotel, but I'm not really sure. And this little candlestick, I mean, is that for a dollhouse or what? I mean, I'm putting it on my hand so you can literally see how small it is. Here's a new idea, something I hadn't seen. Somebody drilled a hole and put it into a shoe form and made it a candle holder. So that's unique. This is actually a new booth at Collectamania. I thought they had a lot of good things. They had a nice salt and pepper shaker. I like this masher, this grinder. You'll see that at the end because I did grab it. I grabbed a lot of things from this booth. Hey guys, it is Brooke with the Junk Parlor, and I am ready to share with you what I got today. But first, I need to tell you a couple of stories. One, I come out of one of the Salvation Armies, and a girl's like, "Hey, are you driving?" And I said, "Yes." And she said, "Can you give me a ride?" And basically, I figured out where it was going to go and how far it was going to be and how much it was going to be out of my way. And I ended up giving her a ride. And so I heard all about her being in court and her mom just dying and all of this stuff. My game plan is when I'm in the area again, I'm going to take her a little goodie bag and hopefully somebody is home so I can leave it. Otherwise, I think it might get stolen. That situation really spoke to me because a couple weeks ago, it was a Thursday, it was a snow day, the kids didn't have school. And when I was driving, everybody on a divided highway is coming to a stop. And I shouldn't say a divided highway, but it had a curb in the middle. And what's happening is I've got a bunch of stuff on the floor, but an older gentleman, probably homeless, was walking. Let's say he's 90, and this is how fast he was going across the street. Not at a crosswalk, and I think my camera's crooked. Tons of snow. He's carrying one of those little plastic Playmate coolers. The plows had gone by, but it's still snowing, and he basically, I don't think he could, there's too much snow. I don't think he could get to the sidewalk. The sidewalk wasn't cleared off anyway. He was right by a McDonald's. And so he was just kind of standing there thinking, probably, this is what I'm saying. He was thinking, what am I going to do? Because if that guy fell, I don't think he could get back up. And so I'm driving, I get past him and all the cars are getting past him. And I keep looking in my rear view mirror like, Brooke, you should turn around. Help the guy onto the curb. Brooke, you should turn around. No, it's snowing. That's dangerous. I'll get ran over and get hit. Blah, blah, blah. But anyway, it was eating me that I didn't turn around and go help the guy. So I felt a little bit better having helped the lady. So then I'm at New to You resale, Bella, and a big old loud fart happens. I'm like looking around, what? And a couple girls start laughing, and whoever they were with did it, and was not close to them. And anyway, they were talking, and he's like, "Could you hear that?" And they're like, "Yes, we could all hear it." Then I go to Collectamania. Again, I'm not really by anybody, and somebody else rips one. I mean, what are the odds that that is going to happen? It's crazy. So anyway, you never know what's going to happen when you go thrifting. And I really felt like I wasn't having that much success today. And I just kind of felt out of my element because I hit a couple spots, and then I did Hello Iowa, which was super fun and awesome. And I think I'm going to get to do it every month now. And then I finished my normal Thursday thrifting, but I just didn't feel like I was getting the finds like I normally do. And I messaged my girlfriend Hillary and I told her, and then guess what? It was like I struck gold and found some good things. So I'm so excited to show you what I got. I will show you, and I haven't even tried this on to see like how ginormous it is, but for $5, I got this Columbia jacket, and I think it's gonna fit my son perfectly. So I've been kind of looking more for my husband, and I did get a coat for him. Been looking for sweatshirts for myself, which I've mentioned in some other videos, but my son wanted to steal my other son's coat, and so I kind of looked for him as well. And so this is a nice Columbia jacket. I wasn't sure if he would like blue, but he does, and heck, I think mom can wear it too, so that's super exciting. Okay, we are going to proceed in just a random order because I'm up in the living room and I just didn't really separate things out based off of where I got them. One of my big purchases is this Dubuque. Oh, there's something in it. They put my stuff in it probably. Is my Dubuque Coffee and Spice Company crate. So it's marked on the lid. It's marked here on the front. Someone has sealed it or oiled it at least. I just love the little leather hinges. What awesome features. And the little pull here. It's really nice inside. I have a square coffee crate, I guess you would call it. And so I think these sitting out until they sell will look super cute together. So yeah, I just absolutely loved this one. And then I have a thing for pig cutting boards. I have 2 right now, I think. This one is just a super cute shape. It's nice and worn and used, which I love. This, I don't know, do you call it green marble? It's just a little, has some felt on the bottom, 99 cents. I can't even tell. It looks like there's rust in there, so it definitely needs a deep cleaning, but you could use this as a vase or use it for utensils on your kitchen counter, or I just like it by itself. Pretty much the same color, and I got these at different places, is this pestle. Pretty sure this is the pestle part, but I just love it. And you know, you find mortars around all the time, so maybe I can find one to marry it to, or if nothing else, it'll look cute sitting on somebody's shelf. I haven't even opened this up, but I saw enough in it that for the price, I thought it was a good buy. There's a lot of pieces in here that I personally wouldn't use, but I do have crafters that buy off of me, and so you can come up with lots of fun repurposes. So like, for example, a little door plate like this, or this isn't the plate, the little insert for the lock. I've seen these repurposed as shelves. So, you know, you can use a shelf bracket, or you can do something more like people do the floating shelves, and you can use these as floating shelves. You can also screw these plates into boards and have the not as pretty side be out. So there are repurposing options. There are a ton of other pieces in that Ziploc bag, and actually this is broken, but this was a reason to spend a few bucks on the bag. And then these are some unique like Art Deco door plates. This one has white chippy paint. And so I saw enough of those in there that made it worth the purchase. I'm not really sure what this is because it doesn't open. So I'm not sure what kind of plate that would have been. And then we have just a couple, or actually one plain one and then another one like that. So if you know what this is, put that down in the comments. It's not deep enough to be like some kind of pole. I've really been trying to focus on my favorite color. So I grabbed this green pitcher, and it is stamped USA at the bottom. There is a crack. Pretty much everything I ever buy has a crack, but no chips, and it still would survive shipping. That's kind of one of the things that I look at when I look at crack. Like, if I shipped this, is that crack going to cause it to break no matter what, how I pack it? And if I feel confident, then I will go ahead and buy it. Somebody's Pretty Grapes. but I love every other side. And they painted the inside green too. So I went ahead and picked up this because here's what I plan on doing, turning it upside down and using it as a riser. What an awesome color. If you've ever noticed, I always buy things thinking about how I'm going to use them in my own home. And that a lot of times is the determiner on whether I purchase it or not. So when I'm talking about what I would do with something, like most of the stuff you're seeing in the background, even though it's in my house, I bought it because I like it and can use it until it sells. Or if it didn't ever sell and I was stuck with it, then I was okay with that. This is a green enamel plate, like a small size, but it has hand painted flowers on there. And I'm not really sure. It looks like they're hand painted and then it was, what do you even do with metal? Do you put it in the kiln? But there's like sketches, kind of like somebody did a iron on, for lack of a better word, and then painted, and then they glazed it. But they glazed it before they finished painting it. I don't know, I still liked it. As soon as I walked in, the first thing I grabbed at this store was this cute little hanger with the boy pulling the little duck string toy. This is a child-size hanger, although it's a little bit bigger than normal. And it's the same color as one I just had and sold, and they're just precious. You can just hang these up, or you can put like a baptismal dress on it or something. The kid, or I shouldn't say kid, the guy helping me thought these look like little turds, but I bought them anyway. These brass shells I think are super cute. And you know, if you've been watching my videos, I've been really liking beach seashell things, and so these were perfect. Kind of along with that theme is mother of pearl kind of seems to go in perfectly. So these little compacts or lids, powders, whatever they were originally, have the mother of pearl lids on top, and they're gorgeous and you can totally use them. They're a little bit different on the bottom as far as the cut glass goes, but I really like them. When I went to the Iowa State Fairground flea market, which I'll share that video here, I passed up a little funnel. This is actually stamped Germany, and it's enamel with the blue trim. And I kicked myself for passing it up because one, a little thing like this is so freaking cute. And two, if you wanted to do an enamel Christmas tree funnel, then you need one for the top. So love this. This is green, so definitely caught my eye, and it's actually a powder, and it still has the little pad in there. That was about as far as I got because I only had about one hand. So, oh, that's different. You push on it and it comes, powder comes up. Smells like my grandma. Okay, this probably looks like I went to the grocery store and I'm using my reusable bags, but that's not the case. You're probably thinking, because when I looked at them, I'm like, those are freaking awesome. And then I started thinking, why are you buying these? But I think they would look great out on your counter. This is a bag full of fake bread. Looks like we got a bagel in there. And look, not just one, but we got two. That one looks like it's seen better days. Somebody already ate off of it. But I just thought, hey, these would be great. You could put them under a cloche, under a cake stand with a cover. You could put them in a basket. I think they would be great on open shelving and on your island, anywhere in the kitchen. So I can't wait to put those out. I have looked at little hand clips for so long, and I've just never pulled the trigger on them. This one was $5, such a good price that I couldn't pass it up because these go for a lot. I don't think I've actually seen one that's set up like this. Normally they're like stair-stepped on the hands, you know. I spent $2.99 at the thrift store on these little brass baskets. The handles do swivel, so you can easily put some little Spanish moss and eggs in there, or you could even do like Scrabble tiles or some little collection. I just thought they were super cute. Also at the thrift store, this was $2.99. It's a little silver plate, kind of a raised pedestal flower looking thing. So I sold one of my flower or their rose bowls, glass rose bowls, but I think that round in this would just be beautiful. So that's kind of the game plan on how I'm going to style this. But again, you could do some Spanish moss, you could do a nest, lots of different options, but definitely using it as a riser, I can see. I picked up a couple bowls at Thrifty Flea. I went with this pink one and it was 10. It's kind of got some weird glitter in it, but I liked it. And the bottom of it does say McCoy. For 20, just because I liked the color, I got this stoneware bowl. And it says USA 7 inches. So I actually, for spring, you know, you could set something. I think last time I did a little arrangement, I just took a little wooden spool and put in the bottom of one bowl and then set the other bowl. That way you can see them, because otherwise it disappears. And then arrange it with some spring stuff. So I do sales on Instagram. I've just started getting into a routine of doing a story sale on Wednesday. Look at that beautiful arrangement. You can go over and follow me on Instagram at The Junk Parlor, and every Wednesday see what I have up for grabs. Now, anything that you're interested in, just comment below or shoot me a message on Facebook or Instagram or email, however you're used to communicating with me or how you want to communicate with me, and I can get you a price or better pictures or whatever you need for the items that I'm sharing. This is a hand painted, and I thought it was funny because what is the last name but Johnson? So a Johnson painted this, and I think that they did an amazing job. And I've really been trying to pay attention and find some original paintings. So that's why I grabbed this. The next little bit of stuff I got all at the Copper Dog. They had gotten so much new stuff in. So I'm pretty sure I was just there last Thursday. They definitely bought an estate or something because they had a ton of stuff. So they had a lot of Christmas, older Christmas, or somebody who was older. But it's kind of like, is it the good kind of Christmas or is it the bad kind of Christmas? But I thought this one was cute. Are you even going to guess what this is? It's 2-ply toilet paper. I mean, how fun. And I do have a girl who loves and collects little chairs. So Chrissy's gonna get first dibs on these, but they are available. You can just set them out. You can put a little terracotta pot on it, or I'm trying to think if I got anything small enough to go on here, but you can put any little thing on there. Just use it as a riser. Our little Jadeite, it's like a shallow bowl. It says Fire King on the back. I don't normally pick up Jadeite because I know nothing about it, but it was a good price. There's no damage on it. I'm feeling it again because we know how I am when I go to the store. I don't know what's going on, but I buy stuff all the time and find out when I get home, oh, it's chipped. Do you remember that swan planter? Yeah. Huge crack. I must have just been holding it where the crack is. I don't know. Also at the Copper Dog, remember I said like good vintage, not good vintage. So before I show you what I did grab, that was another Christmas thing. They did have a couple of rugs that were really old. And you know when the rugs get old, they kind of, that rubber stuff that's on the bottom of the mat, a shower mat, gets all dry and brittle and falls off, flakes off or whatever. So what somebody had done, one of them for sure was a pillowcase because it looks like a pillowcase that I have. But she took fabric and hand stitched it on the bottom of the rug so that I'm assuming that that rubber stuff doesn't come off anymore, or it had all come off. And so then she just covered it to make it a little bit thicker and more durable. I didn't get those rugs. The one was like a teddy bear and I thought it was freaking ugly, let's be honest. And then the other one I did like, and I probably should have grabbed it, but I wasn't sure, is this good vintage Christmas or not? And I say that, I mean, some things I know obviously are good and aren't bad. And then there's some things that I think are kind of like borderline, and I'm not a holiday decorator, so I feel like my opinion doesn't even matter. I hope you guys like these. If not, if nothing else, they're freaking hilarious. Who knows what this is? This is a cover for your toilet. I mean, how awesome is that? So I loved it. And then this one, this is similar. The rug probably went with this toilet seat. And yes, my face is close to a toilet seat lid cover. But again, super cute. This one is one that you tie on. I would be worried that it would untie and get in the toilet. But I just thought that it was so cute. Like, weird cute's good, right? I'm gonna only show you one of these. The guy actually had 3 and I only bought 2 because one, the metal plate that goes over the toe was missing. And on that same one, leather looked like somebody had put a big, I don't know, sticker or tape, or anyway, the leather was falling apart on like a section. So because of both of those things, I ended up just leaving the other one. And you'll notice that these are spinning, so they can get higher or lower, which I love. I could totally see using this as a side table as well. And then when I got looking at them just to make sure that I wasn't buying something that was totally broken, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to show you, but the stamp on the bottom, it's like a metal plate, and it's a Hamilton manufacturing company. So these, I'll show you the little one I found on the internet, but there's multiple where this is what it's going for. I grabbed them. 1, I love them in my own home. And 2, I think they were a good purchase with a big profit margin. Have you ever seen a bowl this big? Look at this thing. Look at this thing. It is probably 14 inches at least, with these cherries on it. Do you see the crazing? And yes, I probably was more attracted to it because of the crazing. I absolutely love it. There's crazing on the inside as well. It is marked, it's KT and K, which is Knowles and Taylor, and I can't remember what other word is, but anyway, and then maybe that is like some kind of embossing, or it's a sticker, I can't tell. Now, this is not in perfect condition, but hello, this bad boy is so big. I mean, I hope you understand by looking at the camera how big this is. So you can see right here, there's a little bitty crack. And you can see on this side, it's a crack. And then there's like a chunk right here that was missing or knocked out and somebody glued. But I debated it for the price. Should I get it? Should I not get it? And it's like, I'll just keep it if it doesn't sell. It doesn't necessarily go with my house, but I can make it go with my house because I love it. I don't know what it is. So that's another thing. Put that down in the comments. What is this? I call it a footed bowl, a pedestal bowl. I mean, it's so big. Is it a wash basin? Did they make them footed? I don't even know what you would use it for, or what its original intent would be for, but I love it. Okay, Brooke got some heavy, big things. This is an alabaster, like, he had it labeled as a candle holder, but look how big it is. So it is missing the top piece. I would say that it had either a round piece on top, which I do have a green piece and I do have a white piece, but the white one is on a Lazy Susan. But anyway, I could maybe marry that, or I just thought if you put a big fat candle on it, you won't even realize. Now, there is some chipping at the very, very top. But for the most part, I'm gonna make my phone shake. For the most part, it is in really good shape. So there are some dings down here, kind of where it's like a tulip. And I've already tried to drop it a few times. But, oh, love it. Love it, love it, love it. Now, obviously, I'm not going to be able to ship this, so it is local pickup to Ankeny. And I do make trips to Kansas City. And that's about it. Okay, here is the other thing. So I'm 5'7", 5'8", depending on how much I've shrunk. But these are, we're going to say 6.5 feet. There's 2 skis and only 1 pole. The pole is amazing. What does the person say here? You can never trust what a tag says, but I-90 with walnut skis, antique pole. I-90 maybe is his booth or her booth. There's a little bit of like, it's not paint chipping there with the red. It's like the rubber here. The other side's in better shape, I guess. These have been sealed in some capacity. Yeah, because there's like runs of the polyurethane. But I don't care. They're still freaking awesome. And the pole. And I have an awesome pair of snowshoes also for sale. But I just think these would look great in a vignette together. Either at my own house, if I set up at a show, at your house, etc., etc. Okay, so you know it was a crazy day between people passing gas, giving a girl a ride, doing Hello Iowa. It was an eventful day. I am so happy with all the stuff that I brought home, so I will see you next week when we do it all again. I took a kid to practice, so I'm sitting in the dark in the parking lot, and I forgot one important thing that happened today. And that is, I was in the thrift store and there's like blood on the floor, droplets. And one of the ladies has gloves on and she is cleaning up the floor. Turns out a service dog was in there, went into heat, and the dog was bleeding all over the place. Not something you see every day.